acceptable to be into Five Finger Death Punch when you're in high school.
The first album was great.
Yes, War is the Answer. It was phenomenal.
Well, and Way of the Fist.
Way of the Fist was the first album.
Way of the Fist.
Way of the Fist was the first one.
Yeah, after about 2 of those, I was like, okay.
That's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at.
All right. Should I?
They started becoming the veteran metal guys. Like, it was like, all right.
Yeah.
But nothing against veterans. Thank you for your service. Love you guys. But
Well, I do.
what a stereotype that they made. Five Finger Death Punch and tap out guys.
Yeah, just
Woo!
get your money
Holy
where you
shit.
can.
Yeah.
Keep it easy. But and I think to really make there's some high school history, but realistically, when it came to the formation of the band, it was about 4 years after I had graduated high school, and these guys were fresh out of high school at the time, and I used to bug Stuart all the time about starting a band. Well, sort of. Stuart was in a band prior to Cell 23, and I don't know if their name is worth mentioning or not. It's up to Stuart's discretion. However, when that band no longer existed, I saw a window, and I kept hitting him up all the time and bugging him and bugging him and bugging him. And, it was very much like from Stuart's end, kind of I don't know, man, like, we'll see. Or, I'm still kind of working on stuff. I'm hashing things out. And then I get a message later from Stuart that goes, I ran into Nate at the Breaking Benjamin show, and he's
Also
interested in
Five Finger
starting
Death
a
Punch.
band. Do you want to start a band? And I'm like, yes. And then I was working at GC at the time, and my manager was cool enough to let us use the freshly made lesson rooms that are now in the back of GC. We got the biggest room, and that was our very, very first practice day, which weirdly enough is the title of the first track of the day.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
What is it? November
22nd, 2018.
And that was the very, very, very first day that we all stood together in a room with instruments in hand with the intent of trying to write music together.
And the reason that song is titled that is because what we wrote in the room that day was like the origin of what that song turned into. So like what you hear on the demo now is that initial idea, but
Evolved.
6 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just we never did anything with it, and now we're like, okay, well, we've finally got to a point where we're happy with it, so we're like, fuck it, let's put it on the demo.